Joined by head coach Stephany Dunmyer, Virginia Wesleyan College women's basketball. They were picked in a tie for 4th in this year's preseason poll. Coach, a couple weeks of practice so far under your belt. Tell me what you see with your team this season.
As always, these first few weeks, we have a ton of energy. This year we have 5 seniors, so the leadership that we're seeing so far, the experience that we have back, and just the sense of urgency on a daily basis, I think, has been awesome. They're bringing a ton of energy, like I said, but it's a competitive environment as well because we have a very big group of newcomers that are pushing those kids.
We take a look at your roster. You've got 1 first-teamer back, just one of, I believe, 2 first-teamers in the league back this year, and that's your point guard, Brittany Glasgow. Actually, Brittany Glasgow is your do-everything guard, as
Definitely.
I've said it in one of the releases. Talk about from her about what you expect to see out of her this season.
Well, Brittany's going to have a tremendous season for us if she can stay healthy. I kind of have to put that tagline on everything after our injury-plagued season last year, but she does. She's our team leader. She makes us go on the offensive end from a pace standpoint. Defensively, her ability to pressure in the full court is just tremendous. So I expect a great season. I think a lot of people will key in on her as well, but Brittany can contribute for us in a lot of different ways. Even if she's not scoring, she gets a second chance opportunities as probably one of our best rebounders as a 5'7" point guard. So it's very exciting.
You mentioned players coming back from injury, or just the injury bug in general. You've got three additional starters back, plus 2 that were injured that missed not all of most of last season. Talk a little bit about what you see from the rest of your returning squad.
Well, in that senior class in particular, Nancy Kelly is going to do great things for us. She was our second leading scorer, by the end of the year last year. She's going to be our presence inside. Carrie Leanne Taylor is just the ability to play both the guard and forward position for us. And then we have 2 other seniors back in Simone Newsom, who missed all of last season with an injury. She is a kid that just loves practice, absolutely loves practice. So we missed her so much because every day, if she could practice for 4 or 5 hours, she would. So that type of leadership and just bringing that energy every single day is something that you can't make up. You can't, get somebody else to do when you don't have that passion on a daily basis. Andrea Pafides, who was our leading scorer before she went down with an injury right after Christmas last year, is back. She's just a scorer, great mind for the game, has great instincts. So very, very excited about that group in particular. In our junior class, we have Kelly Jones and Cassie Conley, who will also be very good contributors for us this year.
One of the things that's common for all basketball teams in college athletics and all sports in college athletics in general is turnover. Every year you have new players coming in. Talk a little bit about your new class and what's a name we could hear come out of Marlins basketball this year.
In our new class, we have 8 kids that they're, again, working extremely hard. I think we have 2 in particular right now that have kind of separated themselves in practice and are doing some great things and had a really good showing in our first scrimmage. They are Desiree Bennett and Naima Morris. So I'm excited, to see if they can keep that consistency. Again, just from an athletic standpoint, they're very hardworking kids, but they're extremely fast. They just get after it. They've got a great nose for the ball in terms of rebounding. So we're excited about all of our freshmen, but those 2 in particular have kind of stepped up right now.
Each of the past 2 years, we've seen 2 ODAC squads make the NCAA tournament. This year, we're hoping for that, if not more, and kind of get to where we want them to be on a national scale. Talk a little bit about what you see from the conference this year.
Game in and game out. I think every year it's kind of the same thing. Anybody could beat anybody. We have a ton of parity, but at the same time, Lynchburg in particular, the numbers that they have back on paper is just tremendous. Eastern Mennonite, Randolph-Macon, Guilford, they're just kind of that top echelon right now. So I think they're kind of the teams to beat for sure, in terms of just even some newcomers they have coming in with some transfers at one institution in particular. But I think every night's going to be a battle, and we've got to be ready to go. Hopefully we can continue to get those 2 teams and make some noise in the NCAA tournament.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for joining us today, and good luck this season.
Thanks so much.